in Passaic City, and this is Judge Karen Brown, former County Clerk of Passaic County, former Consular for Newark, and what else? You have a lot of the titles. Former Judge of Paterson, former Judge of Passaic City. So tell me, what does Jeffrey Dye mean? What does it mean for Jeffrey Dye to be the president of the NAACP in Passaic City?
Well, I think it's a huge accomplishment, not only for Jeffrey, but for the residents of the city of Passaic. I think he brings a lot of passion and energy and commitment to, ensuring that people of color and across all communities get justice. And I think Jeffrey is the best person for the job.
Right, and you were a former judge here, and there was a controversy of them removing you and keeping the two other judges, and Jeffrey was part of a team of people that went to the city council to try to ask them why they did that. Do you think his advocacy would help being the president of the NAACP make a bigger voice to help avoid the unselfish acts by the city of Passaic that happened to you in his view?
Well, I mean, I do appreciate the effort that Jeffrey Dye put into trying to save my seat on the bench. And I thought, and I think he thought it was important that we had that diversity. I can't say that I was removed. Unfortunately, when my term expired, the city council decided that they needed to reduce the number of judges from 3 down to 2. And it just so happened that it was my term that was affected. So I can't say that I was removed, but Jeffrey was a big part of actually extending my time on the bench. And I appreciate that. And I think that, again, he brings a voice, a different voice. He is a watchdog. He keeps people on their toes. And I think, again, he'll be great for the people of the city of Passaic.
Part of what he was saying at the council meeting concerning you as an African-American judge being removed is that the other judges was being unfair, and you were being fair to African Americans because there was a certain arrest, a large group of people that they were just giving bail to, and you didn't feel it was right. And that's one of the things that he felt, being African American, having an African American judge would have more mercy and more understanding to a minority community. Do you see that cause that he was fighting for?
Well, I think I attempted to be fair to all people that came before me, and I believe in individual justice in individual cases, whether you're black, white, doesn't matter your color, your creed, your religion. So I tried to be fair to everyone. I mean, obviously, as an African American from the inner city, I think I have a better understanding of some of the issues that people face in the cities and people of color face. So I'm probably more sensitive to those issues and I have a better understanding. But in terms of fairness, I tried to be fair and treat everyone with dignity and respect that came in my courtroom.
Right, because he was saying they were just giving out tickets to meet quotas while you were just trying to be fair. And, that was one of his applications to the council, yet they didn't believe. Now, Jeffrey is controversial, right? So do you think he would calm down a little? Do you think there's any advice you can give him?
I believe that you should be yourself. I mean, if you're effective doing what you do, being yourself, then I think you should continue to do that. You shouldn't compromise who you are. You shouldn't compromise your principles and your values. Sometimes maybe you might be, can use a little more discretion in terms of how you say certain things, and we've had those conversations. But in terms of his passion and his commitment and his authenticity, it's unmatched. He is who he is, and I think his heart is there. He means very well, and I think he will continue to have an impact on the community, being who he is. Donald Trump got elected, being who he is. Jeffrey Dye got elected, NAACP president, being who he is, and I think he should continue to be the person that he is.
Certainly his character has gotten him here, despite people saying he's a little bit, wild, and to use a lack of a better word. Is there anything you want to say to the people in Passaic as a whole? I know this is an NAACP installation, but as a whole, being a former mayor and having a heart for Passaic, is there anything you want to say to the people of Passaic in the nature of what's going on here today?
I mean, I would like to say to the people of Passaic that you should continue to fight for what's right, get the courage to stand up, and ensure that everyone is treated with dignity and respect, in this city in this county, in this country, in this state. And just don't sit back and watch these injustices happen. Be a voice, don't be afraid, and be courageous.
And one last thing, we know that there's been said that Passaic City only has 8% African Americans. What do you think African Americans can do to try to, make their voice be heard in a political sense?
Well, I think, getting involved with the Passaic NAACP is a good start. Here you have an established organization that is organized and in place to assist in advancing advancing equality and fighting racism and things of that nature. So you have an established organization in place. So I would say the first thing would be to get involved, get behind Jeffrey and his executive board, and work within the organization to try and enact and make change.
Do you have to be African American to join the NAACP?
I do not believe so, no. It's open to any dues-paying member.
Are you a member of any branch?
I am a member of this branch.
You are?
Yes, I am.
Karen Brown, former judge of Passaic City, Paterson, former county clerk of Passaic County, former consul, corporation consul for Newark. Thank you very much, and I do appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. Have a good night.
You too.